Very nice.
Well, thanks, Sid. Next to him, we got Joe Strummer. Joe?
How do you do, Art?
Welcome to the show.
Joe.
Okay.
Can we call you a solo guy, too?
Yeah. You know, maybe me and Sid got something to talk about after.
Yeah. I mean, you were lead singer of The Clash for many years, and
Many.
now you're hanging around. Are you looking to form another band?
No, I'm kind of just doing a bit of music for film, but I'm not really looking at that as something to do long term. I'm more like trying to get my bearings. You know, it takes a while to recover from 10 years on the road with one group. You know, I can't seem to snap into it that quickly. You know,
Wait,
again.
Try 6. I'm working on 6, and I'm still hanging around my room playing guitar going, this sounds bad. This sounds worse.
It's just, they seem to be full of, like, offices full of people pulling in you know, they all seem to be pulling in the opposite direction. It's like I've never seen an office pull with me, you know.
The Clash wasn't around for the video age, right? You didn't have to do videos, did you?
We did. Luckily, it was kind of junior style, so our idea of making a video was, hey, you know, we meet at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and we're home by 5:30, you know, and we've done the video. You know, run through the song twice and go home.
That was a real cool one y'all did down in Austin, too, man.
Oh, that one, yeah.
I know that guy that owns the Lone Star limo.
Oh, yeah.
Driving with that Arab guy, or whatever.
Yeah, he was actually, in fact, a Mexican.
Oh, was he?
Well, we had to find an Arab, you know, in Texas, so we asked the Mexican bloke.
I dig those jet fighters there, too, camouflage ones there.
That was filmed
that
there,
air
too.
base.
Is that Confederate Air Force?
Yeah, I used to live there.
Is that the Confederate Air Force?
No, it's regular.
That's right.
I guess. I really don't know that much about it, but it's cool planes, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's cool,
You're doing a solo thing now. In the Times interview that was really cool. That was real. Did you see that one with Cromlin? It's one of the best things I've ever seen in the Times.
Yeah,
really right on. I mean, both you guys were great. Now, one of the things I picked up on was just your own personal interest in 1948 right now. I mean, I suppose that's an arbitrary year, but that's that era, right?
Right.
I mean, I'm totally into it, into Louis Jordan and Amos Milburn and Roy Brown and Wynonie Harris and all that stuff. When have you, what's prompted you to get into that?
Well, you see, when I was 16, blues was big, you know, in England. There was a blues boom, courtesy of John Mayall and, you know, Eric Clapton and all that stuff. And so we started listening to the blues, and from then I gradually worked my way back until I discovered, like, Wynonie Harris, or worked my way forward, rather, you know.
Well, I kind of jumped to conclusions when you said 48. To me, 1948 is jump guys, you know. And it could have meant something else. You could have been into Frankie Lane. I don't know. It could have been anything.
No. It was only jump was happening. You know, Rocket '88.
So when did you pick up on that transition into that kind of music? I mean,
well, it was about. You see, I was in a group called the 101ers in London in '74 and '75, and we were playing that kind of music.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
So this is not, because you were saying you weren't really sure what you're going to do, this is not necessarily the new direction you're going to be doing.
Well, I just said that because I've just done a second soundtrack to a film, you know, so I've done 2 in a row. I did one for Walker at the end of last year, and I just did one for a film called Permanent Record.
You do the Sid and Nancy thing.
Well, that was only 1 or 2 tunes.
Yeah, wow.
Now I'm into doing it all.
Yeah.
So you're actually scoring? You're sitting there with the tape going back and forth? And
yeah.
Wow, that's real movie stuff.
Playing with a friend of mine, Tupelo Joe, too, right?
That's right, yeah. I put together a nice little group for this Permanent Record film. I called it the Latino Rockabilly War. You know, and I had on the rockabilly side, you know, I was saying to Tupelo, play rockabilly, you know? And he goes, jazz. And no. But, you know, I had me, Xander Schloss, Willie McNeil from the Untouchables, and Tupelo, and we were playing against Poncho Sanchez and Ramon Banda from the Poncho Sanchez Octet.
All right. That's double cool, man. Can't wait to hear that.
It sounds like the Buzzcocks.
So are you not going to play some of this acoustic type stuff? I'm sort of asking this as a fan. I don't know if people out there like, because you've been, you know, some of those things have had heavy acoustic guitars and all this stuff, which is the way a lot of us have been going. I mean, not really me, not us, but, you know, the Pete Case and all this business.
Yeah, I played acoustic all across America with the Pogues recently.
Yeah, you was at the Palladium.
Right, yeah.
I think I saw you there.
I saw you.
Hey, man.
I missed it, but I heard all kind of good things about that.
They're a great
That's
group.
hip. Yeah.
Pogues, man. You got to get them on the show when they come back.
Cool.
Yeah, Spider Stacy,
And our pal Billy Bremner's been with them too.
Yeah, Billy plays on some of their records, but somebody was drinking because he can't remember which ones. But I mean, I say that, I think I can get away with that because you know the Pogues, I mean, their reputation is,
Sure.
I mean, whether it's true or not, they have a thing of that they have a couple of
Well,
drinks.
I can tell you that they ain't pretending.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's fair enough. I
They're
mean,
the real deal, McNeil.
It ain't cold tea in those bottles on stage.
Well, do you know Bremner? You know
Yeah, well, I know of him. You know, I've seen him play in pubs.
If you were
in
hanging
London.
around a couple of days, he plays every Wednesday night now at,
Oh, yeah?
at Raji's over here, which is really good. Are you maintaining quarters here, or you got an apartment?
No, I was
in
just
LA?
here. I was just here to do that job on the film, you know, and I'm going to go back to London, but I don't really feel like living in London at the moment. I'm going to come back and look for a bit more work, or maybe cut some more tunes with that group.
Yeah. So are you signed with a label?
I'm still signed to Epic from the Clash days.
and you have no great desire to do a record for them?
For Epic?
Yeah.
Well, they never, you know, I expect sometime in the last 4 years someone would ring me up and heaven me, but nobody ever did.
It's a shame, man.
I think we
wonder
could
why.
I could go to his pad in London, he could stay over at the house on Norton, I'll take his contract, he can have my contracts, and we'll just split. In fact, we can swap passports if you like, because I'm kind of tired, I've been in the same house in West Hollywood for a few years, sorry Joey, and we could just swap lives for a while, like Prince and Pauper type thing. Or two paupers, skip Prince, erase, cut tape.
Well, if we did that, I'd reform the Long Ryders, I think, tomorrow.
Right. That's great.
The Long Ryders ride again.
What's funny is we're all kind of dressed like the Long Riders. If we could just get Art to wear a jacket, we could go out there and over in, hey, you know, I'm a world traveler. When I was over in London one time, Bob Dylan was, what is the word, busking?
Busking.
He was busking, you know, by himself with a guitar case open in the Tottenham Court Road.
Were you over there in
tube
1960? Yeah. When were you
No,
over there?
1985. He was in the Tottenham Court Road tube thing, wearing the hood that comes on your sweat thing, you know, that comes down like this. He's got the peak here, and he's tied it here. And he's wearing reflector aviator shades here. And, you know, it doesn't take that long for a guy to go, how many I mean, it comes out who you are. It's not an Elvis imitator, you know what I mean? And it was like, I think it was 25 minutes, the place was packed. And I got down, and this guy's brushing past me. And I'm looking at a guy who now is taking his place and going, oh, it wasn't Dylan after all. No, he's left. And this other guy, the opportunist, took an acoustic guitar and is standing where Dylan was. He picks right into, come ye masters of war. And it's just some, you know, nice English kid.
Yeah.
And I, well, that's not Bob Dylan. You guys are crazy. And meanwhile, Bob Dylan's up on the road walking down the sidewalk.
Man.
This guy still had like 60 people looking at him.
God.
You were there that time?
Uncle Bob was in the tube station busking away. I mean, that's a great story. I mean, come on. It's a bit like when Howard Hughes went out to ride the motorcycles at like 3 in the morning, you know, and the guy in the pickup truck saw him and all that stuff.
I seen the pictures of Paul McCartney doing that, but that was for a video, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't think that guy has to ride the tubes very much, I'll tell you.
Yeah, I saw him on the tube in the video. Yeah. Must have been his first time in 20 years.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I mean, I've been on those tubes a lot, and I'm always looking in case there's somebody I want to speak to, and they're always looking at me going, he's an American, he's an American.
Joe, which you had a lot of bands that I like opening up on the Clash tour. There was Bo. Who else was there?
Lee Dorsey.
Lee Dorsey, yeah, we went round
Right.
the country with him.
So well, you were kind of forcing good old American culture on America, which is
That's
a great
right,
thing.
we was, yeah.
So were they? I mean, I imagine was Bo okay received?
Well, yeah, I think he went down great. 8 gigs we did with him. I think he didn't have any problem. Because he's a master. He knows how to work a crowd.
And people didn't much want to spit on a guy that looks like that. 'Cause
Right, you know.
he'll come out and pound you.
Yeah.
Really?
Now, what about Lee Dorsey? He didn't have quite as forceful a show.
Well, he had a real a band from New Orleans behind him called Score, and they were really tight, and they had all those Rajapani records down really good, you know.
Yeah.
And so his voice was exactly the same like on the records. Hadn't changed, you know. So he just wiped them out with sheer quality.
And Joe, thanks very much for coming
Okay.
by. Good luck on the current stuff. That's just soundtracks right now, but
Yeah.
whatever comes next.